Hi, I feel like I'm starting a business meeting. Thank you all for joining me. So like you, I am obsessed with everything going on with the Barbie movie, and it comes out in a couple weeks and I'm so excited to see it. I'm seeing a lot of people make her pink dress that she wears in the beginning of the trailer, and I did make my own version of her beach outfit, and I'll put it up in a card. That was a really fun make. So I want to make her dress that she wears in the trailer but with a twist. I want to see gothic Barbie. I think it would be a really cute idea to do something a little different but with the same design. My hands were tied on this one and I had to buy it. I haven't bought Barbie since I was little, so this was like a really treat for me, and she's gonna live in the box. Seeing her in real life is really helpful. She has a box pleat skirt. I think I'm going to change it up a little bit and not make it a dress but a two-piece, so I could wear the skirt and the blouse separately. I feel like I have something similar to that belt buckle in my hoarding area. So I think this is going to be a really fun, quick design, and it's going to be a lot of fun to live out my Barbie gothic dreams. Growing up, I did go through a gothic phase in high school. I remember being a little more adventurous with my hair. I had pink and purple highlights, and I had Betty bangs. When I graduated, I wanted black flowers instead of, you know, the regular flowers that you would get at the market. So my mom put together a black bouquet of roses from Michael's, and I was really proud of walking around with it. So yeah guys, let's see what gothic Barbie looks in this outfit. I'm excited. Probably will make the pink version eventually, but let's get started. I took a trip down Whittier Boulevard to buy the fabric. Las Tres Niñas was the fabric store that I found. They had so much gingham fabric, and that's where I found the black one. And right now I'm noticing there was blue fabric. I'm gonna go back for that one. So I bought 5 yards. I wasn't sure how much I would need for the skirt, so I got a little bit extra, and I have a lot of fabric left over, so I'm planning on making a lot more projects with this fabric. So for the skirt, I drafted it myself and I made my own version of box pleats. I kind of winged it. I didn't look up a tutorial. I just kind of wanted the pleats to meet in the middle. So I measured out 2 inches and I pinned it down and then folded it so it would meet in the middle. And I'm not too sure if I'm explaining it right, but I'm putting a time lapse so you can see my process. This is exactly what I did. You can see here where I pinned it so it could meet in the middle of that other box pleat, and then I folded it inward on itself, still measuring out 2 inches, and then just repeated the process all around. So of course, once I was all finished, then I decided I didn't like how it looked, so I started over and I did 3-inch box pleats. And I did 1 continuous panel for the seam to meet in the back, so there would be a back zipper. So now that the pleats are done, I'm going to cut it because right now it's looking like a Victorian skirt. I added some extra pins just in case the pleats would slide off while I was cutting the hem. And I roughly measured out 25 inches and I cut along the pattern of the squares, which is really helpful, just to follow along the lines already. I did a base stitch along the pleats first before I added the waistband because I just wanted to double make sure that the pleats were going to stay put. This is the back panel where the zipper would go, and I sewed on the waistband and I folded it over and stitched in the ditch, and that was it for the waistband. Here's the bodice, and I didn't get any footage of me sewing it because I've done this pattern so many times. It's the same one I use on this channel, and I promise it'll be the last time I use this pattern because I need to get out of my comfort zone. It's just so easy. I know it fits. And here it is with the skirt and the blouse together. It does look like a dress, and the pleats held on perfectly, and this is the back and I will put in a clip so it could hold. This is my box full of knickknacks, and I knew I was holding on to this belt buckle for a reason. Now for the belt buckle, I used some extra felt that I used when I made a hat, and I covered it with fabric, and I just sewed down some seam allowance and folded it over in the back, and I hot glued it down. And I know that's a cardinal sin when we're sewists, but I just wanted to quickly get this done. And I do want to recommend watching Tasha Could Make That belt buckle tutorial. It was really helpful and shows you the proper way of making a fabric belt. But my way worked, and it's just, if you don't mind it looking ugly in the back, it works perfectly. I did add one snap to the belt so the flap could hold in place, and look how pretty it looks. Just don't look at the inside. Now for the hem, I thought I was being so clever trying to do a blind hem stitch on my machine, but when I turned it over, it just didn't work out. If you have any suggestions, please leave it in the comments, because when I turned it over, it had these very visible stitches, so I ended up redoing it and hand stitching it anyway. Getting ready, I did more of a smoky eye makeup, and it's kind of heavier than my usual, and then I added a bow to my hair. And I used a darker red lipstick to go with the gothic theme. I used Besame Red Velvet. We would be done with this project, but I want to try this new thing where I go out of the house, because most of my sewing projects just live in the closet, and I want to go out into the world. So I have an idea of taking my mom out for lunch today, so we're gonna go on a little adventure. I was so excited to take my mom to this new place called Pink and Bougie. It has pink tacos, but it was closed for 4th of July weekend, so I still took pictures in front of it, and I promised my mom I would take her next time. And she had this idea to take pictures at the Mariachi Plaza that was right next door. So we walked around there and we had lots of fun. Honestly, it's been a long time since me and her did something, because she's also quite the homebody just like me. I really love spending time with her that day, and she hates when I take pictures of her. I hope you love how the dress turned out, and leave me a comment below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!